haven't met a sales leader yet who isn't interested in improving their team's results, their team sales results. And yet if you think about it, how do you do a result? The only way you can really improve your sales results is by working at a performance level. The better the team performs, the more likely they are to increase their sales results. Now let me give you some of the reasons why we developed the Sales Activator. We've worked for organisations over the last 12 years, many organisations, and despite the market sector in which they operated, we were hearing the same problems that kept being reoccurred time after time after time. For example, many organisations would actually take their best producing salesperson and actually put them into the role of a sales manager. Yet the skill set required to actually manage and harness and coach and develop a team are very different from that of a salesperson. So suddenly there was a complete skills gap there. The second issue that we had is that sales managers are just so busy. They have so many things to do. So if you talk to them about, well, you need to develop the performance of your team, they'll say, absolutely right, yet I don't really have the time to plan anything structured. How do I do that in a way that fits in with my time schedules? The other problem that team leaders and sales managers tended to experience was that, within a typical sales team, you have a team comprising of a bunch of individuals, and all of those individuals are very different. You might have the young, enthusiastic guy that's just joined but isn't that experienced, and then maybe you've got the more cynical guy that's been in the business a long time and he knows some stuff, yet maybe there's a different skill set there. So how do you actually go about running development sessions for a team that are completely mixed of individuals? The other interesting thing that we kept hearing is that a lot of sales managers believed in the training of their people. So they'd send their people off on a course, it was great, they'd come back really excited, really passionate, yet when you look at it 3 months down the line, they forgot most of it. There wasn't that continual focus on implementing new techniques and skills that they'd learned on the training course. So the Sales Activator, what you see in front of you, is a sales development system designed for sales managers or sales team leaders to continually improve the performance of their team. Now let's look at performance for a minute. We've just said that if you can improve your performance, then you'll get better sales results. What do we mean by performance? So if you think about it, typically there are things that salespeople need to know, and there are the activities they need to do. So the activities are very important. For example, if they never make any cold calls, if they never pick up the call, if they're not making enough client servicing visit, that's going to have a negative impact on their overall performance. Equally, there's their skill and their knowledge about their product and service. So for example, their skill in able to build relationships with their clients, their skill in being able to fully appreciate each customer's specific requirements. Equally, they need knowledge about their customers, their market, their product, their service. So traditionally, this has been where organisations have tended to focus on their training and development. Yet underneath the surface, you have their beliefs. So for example, if I believe that I'm not good at cold calling, that's going to have an impact on my performance. if I believe that I'm not good at closing, that's also going to hinder and limit my performance and consequently my results. So with that model in mind, let me just give you a brief overview of what the Sales Activator does. So essentially what you have on the table here are two games. You have the Trinamic sales game, which predominantly focuses on activity management and being productive and ensuring that the activities you're doing are actually getting the best results. And then here we have the selling game that actually looks at the skills and knowledge required to actually do consultative selling. Now the games are supported by a range of suggestion cards, and these suggestion cards actually provide the underpinning knowledge that support both games. So you have a range of them for the selling game and a range of them for the Trinamic sales game. So let's look at how you would use the resources in front of you, because you may think that what you're seeing right now are games, yet they're actually three-dimensional learning mechanics that you can use as a team leader very, very flexibly in the way that's best for your team. So you can use the resources contained within the Sales Activator in a number of different ways. For example, you can actually play the games as a way of identifying your team's specific development needs. Then you can use the suggestion cards that actually provide that development, and then use the games to check and reinforce understanding. Or you can cover the suggestion cards, the content contained within the suggestion cards first, and use the games as a way of really reinforcing and sharing best practice and underpinning the knowledge that you're communicating here. So for example, let me just illustrate or share with you how the games work. The games can be used with just two people playing as two individuals, or they can be used with 9 people playing as 3 teams.